reviewing The Trial of Chicago 7, and this movie is currently streaming on Netflix, and this movie is written by one of my favorite screenwriter of all time, Aaron Sorkin. And Aaron Sorkin, if you don't know who is, he has written movies like A Few Good Men, Steve Jobs, The Social Network, Molly's Game, and he also have written Newsroom, the HBO show The Newsroom, and many more movies. This guy is one of the top screenwriter ever. He's really amazing at writing good movies, good stories, interesting character, engaging dialogue. Especially this movie, I absolutely love this movie. This movie was quite a surprise. This movie is not what I thought. I understand this movie is based on a true story, and this is about this 7 individual people. Like they are here for a trial of the riot they were doing on Chicago, and this movie is basically about them on trial, and this is the basically a courtroom drama movie, which is like it was really amazing to watch. This movie reminded me the one of the great courtroom drama movie ever made, A Few Good Men, where Jack Nicholson says like, "You can handle the truth, oh man." This movie, all the courtroom drama were amazing, man. It was so engaging, all the dialogue, and I really loved all the scene took place in the courtroom. I was just like thinking in my head, like, keep giving me this scene. They're amazing. And especially, you will be surprised how funny this movie is. Like, some of the scenes were so funny, and I was like, it's not like hoo-ha funny, but the way they say the dialogue, it's like really so funny, which is really needed in this movie, because this is courtroom drama. Sometimes that get very like boring, very intense. Yeah, so you need some comic relief, you know what I mean? Comedy relief. And here is, especially Sasha Baron Cohen, his character was quite like funny at the beginning of this movie, and I was like, and especially when these 7 people shows up on screen, and I was like, in the beginning of this movie, I was like, they're not taking this trial seriously. What they're doing, they're just sitting around, because essentially they will be going to jail if they get convicted. You know what I mean? Like, so I never been to courtroom in my life, so like I don't know how courtroom work. But based on movie, the way these people were talking to the judge, and this judge was borderline crazy, honestly, I thought. The way he wants everything to be perfect, and everybody need to be quiet. So that like when Yahya Abdul Mateen character was just going on, and I was like, man, you need to shut up, otherwise you will go to jail. I guess he was in jail already, but I just thinking in my head, please just sit down, stop talking. But he end up like getting dismissed. Wow, this movie was quite relevant. Yeah, I saw a lot of people are saying this movie felt so relevant. It is quite relevant, but same time I'm not sure how much truth to this. I don't know, people do talk to front of the judge like that. This is where I got a little bit like confused in my mind, I suppose. Overall, I loved this movie so much. It's just, I'm just saying, this part of this movie little bit like didn't make sense. And Mike Rylance, his character was this movie. He was absolutely amazing. All his performance, especially in the beginning of this movie, I never thought his character will be like that. End of this movie, he was really his characterization was amazing for his character. Obviously, he's an Oscar-winning actor. You can see how good his performance in this movie. Eddie Redmayne, his character was also very interesting, I suppose. He was the only person who took this case seriously. At the end, he ended up different than what you thought. Definitely his character was interesting. His performance was really good. All of this performance was really good. I really enjoyed all of them. Jeremy Strong, how many times he has won Emmy, but his performance, wow, he gave what he he looked so different in this movie. You will not believe who he was. Like, if someone didn't know who Jeremy Strong is, they will think like he's from the Succession show. Like, it's so unrecognizable in this movie. He was all his character were really, really good. Gordon Joseph Gordon-Levitt. He was also really interesting lawyer in this movie. His character, at the first when he got this job, I wasn't sure how will he do in this job, I suppose, because he seems like not that confident, but he did gave really good performance here in this movie. I guess he was just a upcoming new lawyer. He is assistant to the DA. His character supposed to be like that. He's just a new lawyer, I guess, and he gave good performance. And I'm really glad he got to be in this movie. He hasn't done many movies. I think I haven't seen him in a while. So I must say I really enjoy overall this movie. I just said at the beginning of this video, I didn't know if this. Because I never been to court in my life, so I don't know. Should people be talking to judge like that? It's not very realistic, if you know what I mean. Also, he was kind of crazy. Oh, he gave such a great performance. What was his name? I forgot. Jack something like this guy is amazing actor, obviously. All of these performances were amazing. I really enjoyed so much. This movie is definitely worth checking out. Is it possible some people will not like this movie? Like any other movie, there's always possibility some people will not like this movie, because this movie does deal with this war thing, anti-Vietnam war thing. It's drilling here, so some people will not like that. And actually, I saw a couple of people on Rotten Tomatoes review. They said they did not like this movie. They thought it was quite boring. And I was like, how can they say this movie was boring? This movie has such interesting dialogue, so engaging. How can anybody say this was boring? I don't know. I have to see this movie a couple of more times. I really love this movie. This movie is from Netflix, but it's also in production with Paramount Picture. So don't think this is made by Netflix. This is a joint production of Paramount, Netflix. I think I saw at the end. I was like, don't try to fool me, Netflix. You're not that good making this much good movie. This is not your work. Also, at some point of this movie, Michael Keaton, he shows up, and I was like, what is he doing here? I had no idea he was in this movie. What a pleasant surprise. I was really shocked when he showed up on this movie, and his performance was like he's a Batman, you know what I mean? Used to be Attorney General, then he's giving this a statement he's not supposed to, and I was like, he was really interesting in this movie. Overall, really loved this movie so much. I definitely recommend you check it out. If you like any of the other Aaron Sorkin's movie, you will love this movie. And thank you so much for watching this review. Enjoy my review. Don't forget to subscribe, and please take care.